A completely new function is the hide function, and that means you are able to hide every object within your project. And I think this functionality is sometimes really helpful. And the simplest way to hide an object is set the focus to the object you want to hide and then press the key H. And as you can see here on the right side, as soon as the first object is hidden, the search result window is visible, because here you can find all the different hidden object types. So set the focus, press H to hide the respective object. If you want to reset all the hidden objects, then simply press this minus button here down below, and then all the hidden objects are visible again. In some situations the reset works automatically. So for example, if you close the search result window, or if you switch to another working layer, or if you want to export your project. The objects automatically visible again. The second way to hide objects is create an object selection and then press the key H. So that's also working. Another nice possibility is to hide immediately a whole object group. So first set the focus to any object, and if this object is part of any object group, you can hide this group. Press and hold down the left shift key and then press the H key. And then the whole group is hidden. So in this case it makes sense to create some logical object groups. And the last possibility to hide objects is the hide brush. And to start the brush, press the key H. But as you know, if you have any object in focus and you press H, then this object is hidden. But if there is no object in focus and you press H, then you start the brush. And this brush works in exactly the same way as the select and delete brush. So that means if you start to hide some objects and now you press the space bar, the whole operation is cancelled and all the hidden objects are visible again. But if you press the return key, then the hidden objects are saved as hidden. And as you can see, all the different hidden object types are listed here. With the hide brush, it's also possible to use the object filter. So for example, if you want to hide only two special object types, then you have to pre-select these object types first. So press and hold down the left control key and left click this object and left click this object to define two different object types, and then press the key H to start the brush. And as you know, now the brush can only detect these pre-selected object types, and then it's easy, for example, to hide these objects here above the upper floor. And then, you know, it's it's much easier to change some objects here, or to place some new objects by using the geometry detection function. Press B, press J, press and hold down Alt to get the direction of this object. And you know, now it's very easy. And then, if you are ready, reset all the hidden objects by pressing this button. If you have saved some hidden objects, then, as I said before, the different hidden object types are saved in this list here on the right side. And as soon as you select one of these object types, the respective type is temporarily visible. If you switch to another object type, then only this type is visible. And if you want to have more than one object type visible, you can lock one type by pressing this button here, and then you go to another object type, and then you have two object types visible. But as soon as you select the empty list entry, all the saved hidden objects are hidden again. And with this little button here, you can make the hidden objects visible again without to delete the type of list. So it's a kind of a switch. So press this button to make the hidden objects visible, press the button again to hide all the objects again. And if you want to reset all the hidden objects, then press this button. In connection to the new hide function, I will give you now a small tip. So if you load a very large or a very complex prefab, then you already know all these objects are saved into one object group. So for example, this object construction here is one prefab, means all the objects are saved into one object group. So set the focus, press Shift and press H to hide all these objects. But that's not always the best solution. So, and now I will show you how you can split this one large object group into several smaller object groups based on the different object types within the object group. So first I clear the hide filter, then select the whole group again, and then open the prefab window, press the function button, and double left click the object type list entry. Now Xcam creates a list of all the different object types within the selection, and in this situation simply press G again. And now Xcam gives you the option to create different object groups from all filter entries, means from all different object types. Hit OK, press spacebar, and now you can see what I mean. So for example, you can now simply hide this object type, Shift H, then this one, Shift H, and maybe this one. So I think you know what I mean. There is also a new global hide function available, and with this function you are able to hide all the objects within your project except one object type. And then it's easy, for example, to replace this object type, to delete this object type, or maybe to set a new randomized scaling value. So that's easy. And to work with this filter, open the search window first and press this button here. And then you have two options available, and the first one means the filter is based on the whole project, or the second option here is the filter is based on the visible area only. So, and as soon as you have selected one of these options, Xcam creates a list of all the available object types within your project. And as soon as you select one of these object types, only this object type is visible and all the other types are hidden, as you can see here. And now it's easy. Press the key G to select automatically all visible objects. In this case, this object type here. And now you have all the known options available, for example, delete, copy, replace, whatever. So it's easy and based on the whole project. Or if you want, based on the visible area only. And if you are ready, press the minus button to make all objects visible again and delete the filter. Another new and very helpful function is the restore function. And that means you can restore every deleted object within your project. So, for example, if you have deleted this object here, then you know it's not really a problem because it's easy to create a copy from here or from here. But if you have deleted this object here, for example, then normally you have a problem because there is no other object around where you can create a copy from. So, and this situation is very annoying. But with the new function it's very easy to restore exactly this object and of course also this object. So simply press the system button in order to open the system window, and here you can find two new buttons. And the first one shows you a list of all deleted objects so far. And if you select any list entry, then you will see that the object is temporarily restored. So if I select the empty list entry, the object is deleted again. So and the second list entry is this special object. And now it's easy. Simply select the respective list entry and then press the second new button. And then this object is again part of your project. Select this list entry, press this button, and the list is empty now because there is no other deleted object anymore. But what happens if you delete an object selection? So for example an object selection like this. All these objects selected now. Now I hit the delete key in order to delete all these objects. And now if we have a closer look into this list here, we will find exactly one new list entry, because all the deleted objects from the selection are saved into one new list entry. So select this one, and as you can see, all these objects are temporarily recreated. Then press the restore button, and now all these objects again part of your project. And if you use delete brush, then it works in exactly the same way. So delete some objects, press return, confirm. Now all these objects are deleted. and within this list you can find exactly one new list entry, because the whole delete brush session is saved into one list entry. And here the second value shows you always the count of the deleted objects, in this case 51. So select the list entry, press the restore button, and you are ready. To show you the difference once more, I will delete some objects again. So for example, this one, this, and maybe an object selection like this, and these objects, and maybe a small brush session, delete brush. Okay. And now if we have a closer look into the restore list, we will find many different list entries. So some list entries shows a single deleted object, and here you can find a deleted object selection, also this list entry, and the last one is the delete brush session. It's also possible, of course, to restore all deleted objects with one step. So simply open the system window, press the S button, and then let the empty list entry selected, and then press the restore button. Hit OK to confirm, and then all the deleted objects will be restored. Please note that the restore list is a kind of a temporary list, so that means this list is only valid as long as the project is loaded. That means as soon as you unload your project, the restore list is empty, and then you have no chance to restore any deleted object anymore. Maybe you have already noticed that the delete operation now needs some seconds, because all the deleted data must be saved, of course, and that's the price for this function. But there's always an option to cancel this saving process, but that means, of course, that you cannot restore these objects anymore. So I think I will show you a small example about this function. So maybe you have created a large forest, maybe with the moldy brush, and then you want to delete all these objects again, and in this situation it makes absolutely no sense to save all the deleted objects in order to restore these objects later again. So first I select all these objects, hit the delete button, delete key, sorry, and here you can see more than 4000 objects. And now the delete process takes some seconds because all the data must be saved. You can use the turbo button, of course, but anyway, it takes a while. But if you want to abort the saving process, simply press the spacebar in this situation. And then, as you can see, the delete process works as before. And the restore list is empty because all the deleted objects are not saved. Okay, so that's the trick.